Airport time, coming to you from Birmingham International Airport en route to New Mexico to see my family. I'm still going to have my regularly scheduled content, my daily shows, updates on Alabama football. So I appreciate you guys being here, and thank you so much for joining me. I'll make sure that the volume's turned up just a little bit, let everybody get checked in. I appreciate you guys being here. In terms of the news that is out there, I think everybody clearly is anticipating the news regarding Isaiah Horton, right? What's up, Thatch? I appreciate you being here. And I think with Isaiah Horton, it's going to be between Alabama and Texas A&M. I feel that while Isaiah Horton has been predicted to commit to Alabama, I think that Texas A&M wants wide receivers. And I think, as Greg Byrne has said, look, a lot of this is going to be bidding wars for the top players. I think if you're Isaiah Horton, you have to look at the quarterback for the next season. Now, we can go back and forth about the quarterback position at the University of Alabama, for up until spring football and even past that. But I think being that there's going to be a new quarterback in the system, I think if you're a wide receiver, you got to be excited for what Alabama is going to do with this offense, right? Now, I appreciate you guys checking in. I'm not sure how long I'll be here. We're talking about Isaiah Horton. So Isaiah Horton, when you're out there, is a wide receiver out of Miami, 6'4", 190 pounds, absolute baller. Like, if he commits to Alabama, that is a 10 out of 10. You know how we always say, like, is it a 10 out of 10, 5 out of, no, this is a 10 out of 10, 100%. Like, he is an impact player, okay? And know this, Jeremy Bernard is also coming back next season. Now, you haven't seen the announcement, but Jeremy Bernard is coming back as well. So think about the wide receivers that Alabama is going to have at its disposal next year, right? You have Isaiah Horton, Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams. And don't think about these wide receivers not getting fed. Like, they're going to get fed. I think all these wide receivers, I would be surprised if if the fifth wide receiver on this team doesn't have 30 catches in this next season. What's up, Jason? Jason saying Todd 100.9 is predicted Horton to Bama. Yeah, I think most of the recruiting sites have. And I don't necessarily make predictions or anything like that, but from what I gather and, people I talked to, I even talked to somebody close to Miami, and they were like, look, is this a done deal? And I was like, yeah. Like, from what I'm understanding, like, Alabama has gone all in to make sure that Isaiah Horton is coming to Alabama. And Miami fans are not happy about this because this would be their number one wide receiver. So this will be a big get for Alabama. I think he'll be coming in within the next couple of days, so stay close to your recruiting sites. What's up, Jarvis? I see you inside the comment box. I appreciate it. He's going to be here at some point this week. We got 172 of you up in the house. As you can see, I'm at the airport right now, en route to New Mexico to go see my mom, my dad, take the kids to see the grandparents and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys. I will still have my regular continued show. I will report on news as it happens on Alabama football. Another thing that I want to hit on is let's not lose sight. While we're talking about Isaiah Horton, who would be an absolute get, right? Let's not forget to discuss Nakai Hillgreen, right? He is an inside linebacker out of Colorado that will also be here this week. I think in terms of, a get, yeah, you got to get him. But I started thinking about this, too. I was like, man, with Diego Pavia getting an extra year coming back, junior college, what does that mean for Jefferson? You see what I'm saying? Like, does that mean theoretically that he don't have to fight that battle? And if he wants to, he could come back? That would be amazing because then you get Deontay Lawson, who's probably going to come back, and you get Justin Jefferson. You see what I'm saying? Jay Bake, what's up, man? Asking about Cam Dewberry. Cam Dewberry is offensive lineman from Texas A&M. I think with Cam Dewberry, I'd like to see a little bit more film on him. In the opportunities that he had, he didn't have the highest Pro Football Focus grade, to be honest. But that doesn't always tell you the full story. What does tell you the full story is where he played. He played guard, he played tackle, but I still haven't seen that one tackle that I think is like an absolute get in the transfer portal. So be patient, and I think that, as we move forward, remember the playoffs start tomorrow and Saturday. And I would imagine that once those schools are done, you're going to have more people come into the transfer portal from the playoff team. So the right tackle's out there, and I think if Alabama has to go heavy, they'll go heavy to get a right tackle. We all know that was probably one of the biggest issues for this team this past year, right? So again, the guys to keep track on: Isaiah Horton, Miami wide receiver. He's going to be in town this week. I think Texas A&M is also going to give him opportunities. I think Texas A&M wants receivers. Remember, they just signed Mario Craver as well. Texas A&M, I don't think they have any issues with NIL, right? And don't think that Alabama's broke. Like, they are not broke. Alabama can distribute $1 million deals to whether it be, transfers that are out there. It's just, I think it's an arms race overall. So don't think that Alabama's broke by any means. What's up, James? Needy, I see you inside the comment box. Kimberly, what's up? Nick Harden, thank you very much for being a fan funder. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. Hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. I only say it one time. I think there were some other things that I wanted to hit on today. One of the things was regarding Jam Miller coming back. Now, I never for 1 second thought that Jam Miller was going to go in the NFL draft. And that's not a knock on him at all. I am one of Jam Miller's biggest fans. And it's amazing to me that people in college football still don't know about Jam Miller, all right? Yeah, and Dylan, Jeremy Bernard is coming back. Yeah, he hasn't announced it yet, but from people I talked to, he is coming back next season. Okay, now, things can change, and maybe he pops off for like 300 yards against Michigan or whatever. I have no idea, but I think he's going to come back. But look, Jam Miller, the guy is so underrated. And I think I wanted to make an appreciation post about him today because I wasn't like, oh my God, he's going to leave. But man, this guy, these are the guys that we should be getting behind. You see what I'm saying? Like guys who waited their turn, guys who grinded it out, guys who didn't complain, guys who didn't go to social media for whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is a grown man, and I respect that. And I respect hard work. I respect no entitlement, and I respect a guy who can run as many times as you want him to. So, like, I have a hell of a lot of respect for guys who just stay in the lab and grind out. And Jam Miller is one of those dudes. So if you don't know about Jam Miller, the rest of the college football world, you're going to know about him at some point in time. Jam Miller, he's that guy, and I am really happy for him. I think he's going to do really well. Him and Richard Young, that's a hell of a combo. So those guys that don't necessarily, are outspoken, that doesn't mean they're not in the lab doing their thing. And it kind of leads me to my next point, is like talking about Keon Keeley. Everybody keeps, hitting the, waiting for like some sort of an update, or maybe he's just in the lab. Maybe he's just like, you know what, I need to focus on myself. And I have no idea if this is true or not. And I have no idea, about his future. But my point is, like, Coach Kane Womack just recently said that he is really excited about where Keon Keeley is. And I think that's a good thing. I mean, you want these guys to get on the field. We're all eager for them to play right away. And just because they don't play right away doesn't mean that this isn't the place for them. I wish that there was a little bit more patience, maybe on our end, but also within the players too, because look, it is hard to play here. It is hard to play in the SEC. It is hard to play anywhere. But as you know, whether it's in your occupation, whether it's in your daily grind, whatever daily goals, the more you sit tight and just work on yourself, and you have that dedication and that dog mentality, things will get done. And when your name is called, you can rise up. That's why I got a lot of respect too for like Ty Simpson. Look, a lot of people are like, there should be someone else that's starting. Look, if he's not the guy, then start the best guy for the job. How many times have you seen Ty Simpson complain? How many times have you seen, a guy like Bray Hubbard? These guys don't complain, but when their name is called, they get rised up. No, you can ask me what's up. No, you're fine. Yeah. How you doing? May I just do a water for right now? Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Yeah, and if you see me like out, you can come up to me and don't honestly, I'm just like you. There's no formalities. Like, this is my job, but my biggest goal is to make sure to treat everybody with respect. So if you see me out at the gas station, on the road, on the airplane, whatever, come say what's up. It's all good. I'm with my kids. I got tea with me, so I appreciate you guys being here. And it's important that, I connect with you guys as news happens. This is my job, and I understand that news happens fast. So let me kind of recap. There's 309 people on here. The things that are most important to watch right now. Number one, Isaiah Horton. He's a wide receiver out of Miami, 6'4". I think he would be an absolute get. So he's going to be on campus this week. Number 2, KC Concepcion. We don't have an update on him at this point in time. Don't take that as a bad thing. I think KC's got to make a lot of big decisions coming up, right? I mean, this is a very highly touted wide receiver that has options. So let's give him space, and hopefully he comes to Alabama as well. The third thing, the linebacker out of Colorado. Look him up. This is your homework, okay? I got 2 things while I'm on the plane. Isaiah Horton, highlights, and Nakai Hill Greenwood, right? J.A. Kelly, what's up, man? I see you inside the comment box. Tell him about this inside linebacker from Colorado. I really like him. I would love to get him. I could see, Nakai Hill Green paired up with Deontay Lawson. I think that'd be a hell of a combo at inside linebacker. So that is your homework, okay? So Nakai Hill Green, Colorado, Isaiah Horton. Watch the tape on those guys, and then report back when we have our next live show, okay? You also have Cam Dewberry. He is a offensive lineman from Texas A&M that will be in town, or is in town, I think, right now. So I don't know if this is like the tackle that you're looking for, but I think in terms of adding depth to the offensive line, this is certainly one of those guys to get to. So as news happens, I try to get you covered right here on Bama Football on YouTube. The other thing that I want to talk about is, I know it's been a hot topic, and I know people have been talking about this, is kind of the Yay Alabama and kind of, how these players are paid and whatever. Number one, the players should absolutely get theirs. There's no denying that for all the hard work and what they bring to the universities. But the thing about this is, no matter how you look at all of this, college football is broken on so many fronts, and it's disappointing to see, right? It's disappointing that they have to figure out some structure to basically make the fans pay for the players. It's broken that the best 12 teams aren't in the playoffs. And look, was Alabama one of the best 12 teams? Probably not. But it's not the best 12 teams that we're getting in the playoffs. You were trying to formulate the conferences to get the 12-team bracket. You see what I'm saying? And then also the transfer portal window. Like, come on. You had a whole, like Marshall had to opt out of their bowl game because players left. You see what I'm saying? Like, college football is broken, no matter how you want to look at it. And that's unfortunate. And I hope one day it gets fixed. Is it being equalized because of NIL? Probably so. Probably so. My last thing. This coming year for Coach Kalen DeBoer, I think will be a very telling year for the direction of the program. I think year one, you can give him a little bit of grace. I think I've been hard on him. I have really high expectations. I think that with the roster that he was given, I think he should have won a lot of games. I don't think they should have performed the way they did against Oklahoma. At times, I felt like Nick Sheridan was over his head. Same thing with Kane Womack. My standards are high. I think yours should be high too. With that said, when you have another quarterback that can operate the offense in this next season, and you have the wide receivers and you have the defense that we're anticipating, this is your year to show us what you can do. You got the number 2 recruiting class, great. Now develop these players that have been here for the system and let the best player play at quarterback. Please, let the best player play at quarterback. If that is Keelan Russell, is that is Osamac, I don't care. But the best player needs to play and operate this offense. Wide receivers should be really good. Defense should be good, depending on the transfer portal pieces you get. The last 2 transfers that you got, Kelby Collins out of Florida, and then Cam Calhoun, who's a defensive back. So, this next year is going to tell us a lot about Coach Kalen DeBoer and his overall philosophy now that he has a team. Last thing, the schedule. Run through the schedule. It's hard. I think that this schedule coming up for Alabama is more challenging than this last schedule that they played. Games against Georgia, going to be ultra challenging. Games on the road at South Carolina, games on the road against Missouri, game on the road against Auburn. So, look, is this going to be one of the best 12 teams at the end of the season? I have no idea. But if you drop games and you don't finish in the top 3 of the SEC, you're not going to make the playoffs, period. All right? I appreciate you guys. My wish for you guys, throughout the holiday and the Christmas season is just to enjoy the present time with your family. Be where your feet are at. Don't get too far ahead in life, right? Don't start thinking about decisions you made in the past. Be where your feet are at. Be with your family. Enjoy your life, right? Be good people. I appreciate you guys. I will see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. That's 9 in New Mexico. For our show, and we'll kick it, right? So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Got Birmingham Airport in the back. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. As news happens, I got you covered on Bama Football on YouTube. And you know what they say? When I get on the airplane, that is when news happens, okay? So if I touch down in Dallas, if I go live, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If I go live from Dallas, you know something's popping. I love you guys. Thank you very much for joining me on the show. I'll catch up with you soon right here on Bama Football. There's T up there. On Bama Football on YouTube. See you guys. How you end this?